Hello student, in previous lecture we have discussed the Gauss theorem and its proof. In this topic we are discussing the different applications of Gauss theorem. As we all know that Gauss theorem is used to calculate the electric field intensity in typical problems. But in class 12 there is no typical problem. So we apply Gauss theorem in simple questions, in which first question is electric field intensity due to a uniformly charged spherical shell. Shell means a hollow sphere is known as shell. Then the point electric field intensity at a point means point is outside the shell, point at the surface of the shell and inside of the shell, in which we are taking first case at the point outside the shell. Clear? Then let us consider a spherical shell of radius r. This is capital R, and Q charge is given to it. As the shell is hollow, therefore the charge is uniformly distributed over its surface. Clear? And P is the point at a distance r, small r, at which electric field intensity is to be calculated. Clear? Understand the problem? P is the point at which electric field intensity due to this shell is to be calculated. Then how we can calculate it? First, by using Gauss theorem. In Gauss theorem, two important parts. One, charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Second, surface should be closed. Then if the point lies this side, then the charge lies this side, then no charge enclosed by the surface. So we consider a hypothetical surface for that purpose. Then let us consider a spherical Gaussian surface having the radius r at the same center as the spherical shell. Clear? Let us consider a concentric spherical shell of radius r in such a way that P point lies at its surface. Clear? Then again consider an infinitesimally small area ds on this Gaussian surface, and the direction of electric field intensity and area vector shown in figure. Both are parallel, therefore apply Gauss theorem. That is E dot ds is equal to Q upon epsilon naught. Q is the charge given to this spherical shell, or E ds cos 0, because E and N both are parallel to each other, is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, or E ds is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, or E ds is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, and this is equal to E into 4 pi r square. This is the surface area of spherical shell, is equal to Q upon epsilon naught, or E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 Q upon r square. This is the value of electric field intensity at any point outside the spherical shell. Clear? The second, if the point lies at the surface of the spherical shell, the second case, at the surface of the spherical shell means r is equal to r. This radius of the shell is equal to this distance. Then from equation 1, E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 q upon r square. Clear? And this expression is also written as, if q charge is given to the spherical shell of radius r, then the surface charge density of the spherical shell, surface charge density means sigma, is equal to q upon a, or q is equal to sigma into a, and area of cross section of the surface area of the shell, q is equal to sigma into 4 pi r square. Clear? Then keeping this value in this equation, E is equal to 1 upon 4 pi epsilon 0 sigma 4 pi r square upon r square. Then 4 pi r square and 4 pi cancel, or E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. This is the electric field intensity at the surface of the spherical shell. And the next point, if the point P lies inside the spherical shell. Inside the spherical shell means this is the spherical shell. Third point, inside the spherical shell, and P point lies inside the shell. This is P point. Then LHS is same, DS, N cap, E, but charge lies outer surface of the spherical shell. Therefore, the charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface is equal to 0. Therefore, the expression is written as E dot ds is equal to 1 upon epsilon naught and charge 0. Clear? Therefore, E ds is equal to 0 or E is equal to 0. Inside the spherical shell, electric field intensity is 0. If we represent all the three values, this is equation 2 and this is 3 on the graph, then this is electric field intensity, this is R, and inside 0, and this is the position R is equal to R, radius या surface of the shell. Then clear? At the surface, E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. This is maximum value, E maximum. Inside here, E is equal to 0, and outside E is inversely proportional to R square. From this equation, this all constant. E inversely proportional to R square. Here sigma and epsilon naught both are constant, therefore E is constant. and inside charge enclosed is 0, therefore inside value is 0. Clear? Then the next position or next example, let us take another example of Gauss theorem. Electric field intensity at a point due to the line charge. This is the line charge and P point at which we have to calculate electric field intensity. Clear? Then let us consider an infinite long line charge having the linear charge density lambda. Clear? P is the point at a perpendicular distance r from the line at which electric field intensity is to be calculated. We have to apply Gauss theorem, and Gauss theorem, surface closed and charge must enclosed in the surface. Therefore, we consider a cylindrical Gaussian surface of radius r and length L in such a way that the line lies at its axis. Clear? Then this is the cylindrical surface, is the Gaussian surface. Clear? And now the line, this part of the line charge is enclosed in the Gaussian surface and surface is closed, curved surface and two ends. Clear? Now we apply Gauss theorem for this question. First, the direction of electric field intensity. For example, this is the cylindrical surface. This is the cylindrical surface. Then first, this is electric curved surface. Curved surface, area vector perpendicular this side and electric field intensity also this side. And this both are the end. Here electric field intensity upward and this lies along axis. And here the same way electric field intensity is upward and this lies this side. And in the diagram, this is the direction of area vector and this is the direction of electric field intensity. Here this is the direction of area vector and this is the direction of electric field intensity. And at this end, this is the direction of area vector and this is the direction of electric field intensity. Then the total electric flux coming out from the Gaussian surface. The total electric flux coming out from the Gaussian surface, that is phi is equal to E dot ds closed surface curved surface plus closed surface E dot ds ends. There are two ends, therefore here this value is 2. One end this and one end this. Clear? Now curved surface E ds cos 0. Region E and M both are parallel to each other, and here two ends E ds cos 90. M and E both are perpendicular to each other. Clear? Or E S ds curved surface plus 2 and into 0, that is 0. Clear? Or E into curved surface of cylinder 2 pi r l plus 0. Clear? That the total flux coming out from the Gaussian surface phi is equal to E into 2 pi r l, and according to the Gauss theorem, this phi is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 charge enclosed by the surface. Then the charge enclosed by the surface Q is equal to lambda linear charge density multiplied by length. Therefore, E into 2 pi r l is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 lambda l. L cancel. E is equal to 1 upon 2 pi epsilon 0 lambda upon r. This is the value of electric field intensity due to the line charge, or E is inversely proportional to the distance. If we show it on graph, this is E, this is R, and graph E is inversely proportional to half. Clear? Now the next example is electric field intensity due to the infinite plane sheet of charge. This is infinite plane sheet of charge, and P is the point at which electric field intensity is to be calculated. Here the question is that this is the plane sheet of charge. Plane sheet means thickness is 0, and we have to calculate the electric field intensity at point P. Then P point lies this side or this side, means the electric field intensity at a distance r from the sheet, then the point lies here and the point lies here. It means we have to consider both the point. Clear? This point and this point. In this diagram we show this is P point, this is Q point. Clear? Then let us consider an infinite plane sheet of having the surface charge density sigma, and P is the point at a distance r from the center of the sheet at which electric field intensity is to be calculated, and we have to apply the Gauss theorem. So for Gauss theorem, charge must enclosed and the surface should be closed. So let us consider a cylindrical Gaussian surface of length 2r and area of cross section ds as shown in the figure. Suppose this is plane sheet and we have considered this cylindrical Gaussian surface, r distance this point and r distance this point, and this is the small area of cross section ds. Clear? Then the position of electric field intensity on the curved surface. This is the direction of electric field intensity this side, and this is the area vector perpendicular to the surface, and at the end this is the electric field intensity, and this is also the direction of electric field intensity. Here electric field intensity and area vector same direction. In this diagram, electric field intensity and area vector in same direction. Here the electric field intensity and area vector same direction, and at the curved surface electric field intensity and area vector both are perpendicular to each other. Clear? Then the electric flux coming out from the Gaussian surface phi is equal to E dot ds curved surface plus ends E dot ds and twice, because there are two ends. Clear? This is the total flux coming out from the Gaussian surface. Or E ds cos 90 plus 2 E ds cos 0. This is for curved surface, this is for ends. Or cos 90 is 0, it's or 2 E ds or 2E into ds region. This value, the area of cross section is ds. Therefore, initially s integration limit 0 to ds, and this becomes ds minus 0, that is ds. Clear? This is the total flux coming out from the Gaussian surface. Then apply the Gauss theorem. Flux 1 upon epsilon 0, charge enclosed by the Gaussian surface. Charge enclosed, this is plane sheet. This ds area is inside plate, ds part of this area inside the Gaussian surface. Therefore, the value of q is sigma into ds. Clear? And this is 2E ds is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0, q is equal to sigma ds. ds cancel, E is equal to 1 upon 2 epsilon into sigma. This is electric field intensity. This is independent of R. Independent of R means the dimension of the plates very large with compared to this distance R. Means plate is infinite. For this value, the E is independent of R. And the one other thing, this plate is insulating plate. So if we give it charge Q, it lies or spread only one surface only, not this side. Therefore, charge enclosed is Q into ds. If this plate is a conducting plate, then charge is uniformly distributed this side and this side. Then the total area enclosed by the Gaussian surface, ds this side and ds this side. That is the charge for conducting plate. Charge enclosed Q is equal to sigma into 2ds. Clear? It means expression is 2E ds is equal to 1 upon epsilon 0 sigma into 2ds. 2ds cancel and E is equal to sigma upon epsilon naught. Then this is the expression for conducting plate. If in case of exam or the question paper clearly mention the plate, the sheet is conducting or non-conducting, this expression totally is for non-conducting plate. If the plate is conducting, then change here only. बाकी पूरे का पूरा डेरिवेशन सेम रहेगा, बस यहाँ पे चेंज आएगा और फाइनल एक्सप्रेशन ये आएगा. Clear? Then the next part is